I think this is my last shift until August, so let's stay in touch.
When Sarah first met Jeff, the attraction was immediate.
I felt his pecs, and I thought, oh, take me now.
So were the consequences.
It was like 4 months of craziness, and I'm pregnant.
Little more than strangers, they risked it all.
We threw caution to the wind and thought, let's make this work.
But it almost didn't work.
We needed some counseling to get through that time.
Oops, they've done it again.
It was just one of those nights where we lucked out.
Will another baby put the marriage at risk again? Coming up on Birthdays.
I don't know what the answer is to our marriage.
It's very real now. Go on. Mommy's a basket case.
She became like overwhelmed.
The intimacy thing is a problem.
Dad got sleep last night, Mom not so much so.
Hi, baby.
We're at the park. My name is Sarah Miller. I'm 34 years old, and I'm a radio announcer for CHUM FM.
I'm Jeff Miller, 33 years old, and I'm a professional engineer.
Sarah and I met online at Lavalife.com. She was ex-gymnast, and I was Jumper Jay.
I was only on Lavalife for 6 days, and Jeff was the third date I had. He was nice. And I thought, okay, if he calls again, I better go out with him. So he emailed, and I said yes to a second date, and that one was amazing. I reached up to touch him, and as I reached up, I felt his pecs, and I thought, oh, take me now.
Oh, wee!
And that night I knew I'd see him again. Oh, now Daddy looks like Mommy.
Sarah did see him again, and here we are 3 years later. They're married with a 2-year-old toddler named Bryn, who was a surprise.
Beautiful. We had the summer together, 4 months of craziness, and then the cherry on top was, oh my gosh, like I peed on a stick, and look at that, I'm pregnant.
Disbelief.
Yeah, let's pee on another stick just to confirm it.
Yeah. So 3 sticks later, we finally had to own up to it.
We'd only been together for 3 months.
I can't honestly say that I knew who Sarah was at all at the time.
Ditto.
They were virtual strangers, yet they decided to get married.
We both felt strongly that this child coming into the world should have parents that are married and together and loving each other.
And so we threw caution to the wind and thought, let's make this work.
It just, everything happened too quickly for us, and we went through a period where there was a lot of doubt, there was a lot of concern what we were getting ourselves into.
We needed some counseling to get through that time, and we needed to kind of grow together.
It's very common for a couple to seek out counseling in the first part of their relationship, and it's a brilliant thing to do. I actually encourage people to do that all the time. And my wish as a therapist and as a couples coach would be that people would do that before they even make a strong commitment to each other.
Yeah, baby.
We've had our trials and tribulations, for sure, and our relationship is evolving very quickly, even today.
Cheese.
We're going swimming.
Some things don't change. Here they are again 3 years later with another unplanned pregnancy.
It was unplanned because we had a big bottle of red wine, and Bryn went to bed at 9:30 at night, and it was just one of those nights where we lucked out.
The new baby is another big test for this couple.
There's more at stake now in our family, and without some really good cooperation between the two of us, we're just gonna fall on our butts.
It's gonna be absolutely crazy. It's gonna be this times 2 and then some.
3 years ago, we didn't know each other, and now, within a couple of weeks, we'll have 2 kids. So we are changing.
Sex has always played a big part in their relationship and seems to somehow always cause problems.
We must have had a little sex during that first pregnancy 4 or 5 times, only to go to the hospital every time. We'd try to be creative and have a little less sex, and we'd end up back in the hospital, and I think they really thought we were total morons. So this time round, I'm like, not doing that.
Partway through the pregnancy, Sarah experienced some bleeding, and it was kind of early on, but we recognized that sex had the potential to do damage.
Yeah, our sex life sucks.
I've just turned it off and resigned myself to know that we're just not gonna have sex for a while.
I don't remember the last time I had an orgasm. And sorry if that's too much information.
Kisses for Mommy?
Sarah and Jeff's second child is due in just 2 short weeks, and Jeff is overwhelmed with the enormity of this added obligation.
I think more than anything else right now, I just feel...
It's okay.
When Bryn was born, we were pretty... At the time, it was so emotional and wonderful when she was born, and when we saw her for the first time, we were overtaken with emotion, and this time we're really taking it for granted. It's like, okay, we've done this before, we'll just pop out another one. And we forget how much of a gift it is just to have a child and to have the opportunities to bring someone up and experience life with them and feed them happiness. So yeah, right now I'm feeling very blessed.
Coming up, problems in the delivery room. Sarah and Jeff met online and only 3 months later discovered they were pregnant.
Can't honestly say that I knew who Sarah was at all at the time.
Ditto.
With the odds stacked against them, they still decided to get married, and now they're about to have their second child.
Today's best music, 104.5 CHUM FM.
8 days before her due date, Sarah puts in her last shift at her dream job.
For Mariah Carey.
For these 2 or 3 days a week, I get to go out and do something for me, and that means focusing on entertainment things. I get to leave my daughter, and off I go to play.
Showers expected both days. Our high near.
I always thought I'd be super career focused. I always wondered if I'd really ever have kids. And working as a radio announcer, I think many people get into the business. I did because of insecurities, and they want to validate their existence. And all of a sudden, I didn't have that need to validate who I was, to be famous, because I was a mom, and that was so much more important.
Some women change their priorities. They don't realize how much they actually are going to fall in love with their child. They know they're going to love it. They know they want to have a family and that they'll enjoy it. But when they actually spend time with the baby, they realize how critical their role is in raising it.
It's been absolutely awesome being part of the team for the past year. I look forward to coming back to work in August.
I'm officially on mat leave, and now the baby can come tonight. That would be perfect timing. That would be awesome. Right. Oh my gosh, with the pain though. Ow,
Push
contraction.
through the pain. Push with it. Push with the contraction.
I'm gonna
Open your legs.
turn that thing off, Jeff, and just concentrate on me.
Come on. No. Good. Beautiful. Big breath again. Gather all that strength. Okay, Sarah, the head is out.
See?
Okay.
Oh gosh,
Right
that's
there.
gross.
Oh, yeah.
Got it?
Keep pushing. Come on, Sarah. Push.
Sarah, push. There. That's it. Yay! And it's a boy!
Oh, sweetie. Oh, honey. What's that? The needle?
Just as Sarah is about to hold her new son for the first time, the nurses are concerned.
Just 1 minute, okay?
Is he okay?
Too much amniotic fluid in the lungs makes it hard for baby Liam to breathe.
Just like that.
Is that something? Needs to cry a bit more.
The team works quickly to suction the excess fluid.
I wanted to get rid of it.
Another his respirations aren't great yet, so we can't hand him to you.
Has he coughed up enough?
Finally, he's breathing freely on his own.
He'll probably spit up on you a little.
Perfect.
Coming up, taking care of the new baby brings back old problems.
I thought, what the heck have I gotten myself into?
We're going to the park.
And Sarah worries about their future.
I don't know what the answer is to our marriage.
Sarah and Jeff met online, and they really connected. After just 3 months, she was pregnant.
Oh gosh, that's gross.
They married, and 3 years later, Sarah's given birth to yet another unplanned baby. The first few days with baby Liam at home are much more difficult than Sarah and Jeff expected.
The beginning was awful. I thought, what the heck have I gotten myself into?
Every 3 to 4 hours he's up. And so, yeah, he's keeping us awake, keeping us pretty tired.
The strain is compounded because Bryn is acting up.
Bryn's giving her a hard time, seeking attention.
She was seriously trying to show the world that she was not going to listen to anything Mommy or Daddy said. This is so hard.
The stress of this new baby is causing problems between Sarah and Jeff.
I kept saying to Jeff, can you pass me this? Can you pass me that? Because I was locked down nursing. And he doesn't do well when you ask for too many things at once. Meanwhile, I can do all of those things standing on my head and juggling a pussycat, a chainsaw, and a bowling ball. And he said, hold on, honey, one thing at a time. I can only do one thing. And I think, why? Like, what's wrong with you?
There's a difference in the brain, and some men actually cannot multitask. And so if we expect our partners to be who we are, we're setting them up for failure.
2 weeks after Liam's arrival, Jeff is back at work. Before he leaves, he does what he can to make the day easier for Sarah.
When Sarah wakes up in the morning, I know she has a lot to handle, so I just try to get the house somewhat organized before she wakes up. I recognize right now that when I come home at 6 o'clock in the afternoon, she's gonna be an angry mummy if I haven't done certain chores that I should have had done before I leave in the morning. She'll tear a strip off me if she's not happy.
Oh, watch your toes.
With the focus on taking care of baby Liam, Sarah and Jeff are ignoring their own needs as a couple.
Don't really have a plan. And I don't know if Jeff does either. We'll figure it out as we go. I know that there are times when I snap and I forget to respect him. Like 2 nights ago, we got this newborn nipple and I gave it to Jeff and Jeff dumped it upside down to check the temperature. Hey? It was coming out really fast and he said, oh, I think there's like too many holes in this. So then I got out a brand new one and said, okay, try this one. And he said, no, I think this one's broken. And I'm like, Jeff, it's not broken. It's never been used before. Just put it in his mouth. Then, you know, the room was silent and everyone knew, okay, Mommy had snapped and said something kind of disrespectful. But at the moment I was feeling, oh, for Pete's sake, just give it to him. He's screaming. We've established that it's a brand new nipple. It's working. There's breast milk in the bottle. Just do it. In less than 5 minutes, I said, I'm sorry, honey. I'm frustrated and I shouldn't have snapped like that. And he just kind of pouted and in a sucky way said, yeah, don't be mean. And that was it. So I snap like that, I like to think, pretty infrequently. I don't know what the answer is to our marriage.
What couples really need to do is remind themselves that they're a couple and really prioritize their relationship as a top priority. And of course the baby is a priority, and it has needs and really is needy in those stages. But each member of the couple has needs, and if those get ignored, the relationship really can start to flounder.
Sarah and Jeff were both competitive athletes, Jeff in track and field and Sarah in gymnastics. Today, Jeff is running a 10K race. It's early, but Sarah makes the effort to show her support.
It's just good knowing that Sarah shares my same interest and to kind of set an example for our kids so they know that sport's an important part of their lives as they're growing up. Come on, Bryn, bring your treat.
I don't know why the run is so important to him or why it's such a good run. He's not in as good a shape as he was when we met. It would have taken him 35 minutes, and now he figures it'll take him 50. He's coming now, so I have to be quiet. Hi.
Hi. Fun, eh?
It was just a few years ago when he was heading off to places like Madagascar to compete, and now he's strapped to the couch, and excitement is an NHL hockey game on a Saturday night. And a burger with a beer.
Jeff and Sarah would never have met if it hadn't been for their involvement in athletics.
When I first made contact with Sarah on the internet, it was because I knew she did gymnastics and she understood athletics in the first place. So that's a compatibility with us, and it was very intentional right from the beginning.
Like I could spend my life with somebody who didn't want to go to the gym. Watch Mommy! Oh my God, that hurts.
Coming up, Sarah and Jeff struggle to make their relationship work again.
There's no fun in our relationship right now. We're pretty boring.
With the addition of a second child, Sarah and Jeff's life has become much more difficult.
The beginning was awful.
And the strain is affecting their relationship.
The room was silent and everyone knew, okay, Mommy had snapped and said something kind of disrespectful.
Tonight, Sarah goes back to the gym for the first time since baby Liam was born. Jeff is looking after Bryn. It's a small step, but it's an attempt to get back to some sort of a normal life.
It was really hard initially. I would say the first 10 days were the worst. Now we're beyond 3 weeks, and I'm starting to feel as though it's getting a little easier.
To be honest, right now we're kind of ignoring each other, and we're gonna have to try to do something to avoid that tendency.
It's pretty much Jeff and Bryn go off and they do their thing, and Liam and I are always together, always. There's no fun in our relationship right now. We're pretty boring.
And the big thing that seems to need work is their sex life.
That's a need that's not being answered. So do I feel great? Yeah. But am I performing my wifely duties? No, I just had a baby, so don't touch me.
Nothing's changed. I have to keep the same willpower going.
Baby Liam may be holding up their sex life, but in other areas, he's having a very positive effect.
He's made us busier, which has in turn made Daddy realize that there are things that have to be done. And he's on it, and so I know he's hearing me. He's listening, and he's making every attempt to make me happy by helping out with things around the house. It's great. It's nice to be heard.
4 weeks later, and Sarah and Jeff are finally beginning to feel they're getting back on track.
Saturday and Sunday, we really try to make an effort to spend time together.
Come on, sweets.
So far, Sarah and Jeff are beating the odds. Since they married just 3 months after they met, it could have been a disaster.
Thank you. When we got married, because we were expecting a baby together, a lot of people thought, oh, that's not gonna work, or that's not gonna last. I like the purple here.
Oh, see, both Sarah and I felt that there was something wrong with bringing a baby into the world and not being married. But it was beyond just ensuring that we were married and we had a piece of paper when we gave birth. It was deciding and making a commitment at that point that we were going to get married and stay focused and stay faithful to that marriage.
We'll give this to Daddy.
Okay.
Open up. Remember, big cars and trucks, okay? Liam is the child who's come along and further solidified us as a couple.
I think we look at this baby and say, look what we created together. We're a team, good for us. And we know we couldn't have done it without each other, and we've got a stronger bond as a result.
I just feel pretty lucky.